And there's nothing more exciting than all the students coming back for the new academic year. This year, we are especially excited to welcome to campus the class of 2028, as well as all transfer students and returning students. As you know, my predecessor and dear friend, President Joanne Epps, had identified enrollment as one of her key priorities. When I assumed this role, this became one of my priorities, yet another way to honor her legacy. That is why I'm so proud of what this great university family has accomplished in the area of enrollment. As of last week, we have received nearly 5,800 deposits from first-year undergraduate students. This is up more than 31% over last year at this time. We have also received nearly 1,200 deposits from undergraduate transfer students. Once again, up more than 30% compared to last year. We're also doing great with graduate admissions. As of last month, we have received over 1,500 deposits from new graduate students, which is up 16% over last year. Our new student enrollments are definitely on the upswing. And there are so many individuals across the university who deserve credit for this, but I would especially like to call out Provost Greg Mandel and Vice Provost for Enrollment Management, Jose Aviles, and their entire team. They are just outstanding. Dating back to the beginning of this admission cycle, Vice Provost Aviles and his team have worked around the clock, increasing the number of recruitment visits and embracing a new marketing strategy for student recruitment. It's been a strategic approach based on both experience and data analytics, and we are now reaping the rewards of their hard work. And I had the honor of attending just about every one of the Experience Temple days, so I saw firsthand what a great job our teams are doing. In addition, faculty and staff members across all of our schools and colleges and departments, they have played a very key role in helping to put us in such a strong position regarding enrollment. There are so many unsung heroes across the entire university to whom we owe a debt of gratitude. Now, you might have read about one of these unsung heroes. I'm talking about Temple police officer Leroy Wimberly. There was an article in the Philadelphia Inquirer about Officer Wimberly. Officer Wimberly is a frequent visitor to George Washington Carver High School of Engineering and Science. Just last semester, he helped rebuild a greenhouse at the high school that has become an outside classroom. He also helped high school students learn the basics of rowing, and he taught self-defense courses to these students and also led roundtable talks. All in all, he is simply a fantastic mentor who knows how to connect with students. This fall, 42 new students from Carver High School will join Temple as part of our incoming class of 2028. This represents about 20% of the high school graduating class. And many of these incoming students give credit to Officer Wimberly as the motivating factor behind their enrollment at Temple. Officer Wimberly is just the latest example of why I so often proudly say that we have the best university police force anywhere in the country. His dedication to both the Temple and North Philadelphia communities is inspiring. And we are so fortunate to have someone like him helping to lead the community engagement efforts within our Department of Public Safety. The collective spirit of the Temple community has also been evident in the wake of the sudden closure of the University of the Arts. This has been such a tragic situation for so many students and their families, and our hearts go out to the entire University of the Arts community. As Philadelphia's only public four-year university, we have stepped forward, as we always do, when our local communities need help. We are always there. From the beginning, our focus has been on the University of the Arts students. It is imperative that we make the transfer process as seamless and easy as possible for these students. On the same evening that the news broke regarding the school's closure, we already had a website live so that their students would have a means to contact us. Several hundred students have reached out to us, and we hosted 2 orientation sessions for incoming UArts transfers. I was there for both sessions, and I heard firsthand the gratitude and the excitement from UArts students and their families. We are committed to providing a smooth transition and a home for all UArts students who want to come to Temple. And we continue to meet with the UArts representatives, and we will continue to do all we can to support the community there. Our promise is this: we will explore all options and possible solutions to preserve the rich legacy of this 150-year-old institution and the culture of the Avenue of the Arts. Now, along with enrollment, public safety was also identified as one of President Epps' top priorities. And I'm pleased, very pleased, with how well we have continued to make great progress in this area over the last several months. For example, you may have recently heard that we welcomed 7 new police officers to our department. 4 of these officers are recent graduates of the Philadelphia Police Academy, and 3 of them have joined us after serving with other police agencies. These are new officers, and they're joining a robust public safety operation, and we're thrilled to have them. We've accomplished so much in the area of public safety, and we continue to partner and collaborate with agencies across the city and Commonwealth, including the Philadelphia Police Department, the Pennsylvania State Police, SEPTA, and the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board. As we head toward the fall semester, I feel confident about where we stand with public safety, and it is because of the hard work of so many individuals who have stepped up to make this happen. Our police, our security officers, our support teams, our command structure are simply the best. I would also like to take a moment to highlight some recent faculty achievements. As I've said before, our faculty members are outstanding, and they are the lifeblood of Temple University. They continue to help drive our successes, and they are one of the primary reasons why Temple University is associated with greatness. Their cutting edge research continues to impress us, and I would like to take a moment to highlight just a few of the recent research contributions of a handful of faculty members. For example, 3 faculty members in our College of Engineering recently developed a soy-based wound treatment. Soy-based wound treatment, a treatment that could be an absolute game changer when it comes to wound care. Their product heals wounds with minimal to no scarring by regenerating components of healthy skin, like sweat glands and hair follicles. This is simply not possible with traditional wound care, and nothing like this currently exists on the market. These are our faculty. Impactful research of an interdisciplinary nature is also underway within our schools. A team of researchers from the College of Science and Technology, the Tyler School of Art and Architecture, and the College of Engineering. That team is investigating the impact of road salt on the plants in bioretention basins along I-95. The project could significantly benefit plant health and improve stormwater management across the interstate. Finally, I want to mention some research from a faculty member in the Fox School. His research is on something we're all familiar with: binge watching of TV. Binge watching of TV. He has found that viewers often make plans to binge watch programs ahead of time. They make plans. And that shows with more sequential, interconnected episodes are more likely to be binge watched. This research has implications, believe it or not, for other media, including online learning. Online learning, practical implication of this kind of research. Our faculty are the best, and their research is truly groundbreaking. In closing, I want to definitely briefly touch on last week's historic announcement. On Wednesday, we announced that John Fry would be the 15th president of Temple University. What a great day this was for our institution. John Fry is an outstanding leader. He has an amazing track record of success at Drexel University, Franklin and Marshall College, and the University of Pennsylvania. We are so lucky to have him as our incoming president. I want to thank and congratulate this Board of Trustees and the Presidential Search Committee for all the tremendous work that you have done to get us to this point. Through a very inclusive and transparent search process, you have selected a leader of whom we can be very proud. I'm going to say that I personally have worked with John over the years, so I know what a great human being and colleague he is. I am confident that he is absolutely the right leader for Temple, and I am committed to working closely with him to ensure a seamless transition. I can also promise you that once he officially takes over, I will do anything I can to support him in his role. Anyone who knows me knows that I think Temple is the greatest. I'm proud to be an enthusiastic cheerleader. And right now, I'll tell you, I feel especially optimistic about our university and our health system as they continue to change lives for the better. Again, thank you to everyone, and thank you for the board for your great leadership.
Thank you. I thank you on behalf of the board. Thank you for Mitch, who's not here. I wish Mitch were here, because those of you on the selection committee know how incredibly hard he worked to make John Fry come about. This was a full-time job, and he approached it with love for Temple and unlimited time commitment. I too love having John Fry come here, but I can tell you, Dick, John Fry has some big shoes to fill. Okay, with that, we'll move into the rest of the agenda, and I trust everybody has had an opportunity to read the minutes from the prior meeting. And if so, I'll entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I'd now like to call on James Scacchetti, Chairman of the Academic Affairs Committee, for the next item. James?
Thank you. Just one item, a recommendation that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendation of the Academic Affairs, Student Success and Diversity Committee, authorize the officers to implement the academic program that's described in Agenda Reference 2. This is a result of bringing over the students from the University of the Arts We are establishing a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Illustration and Emerging Media. I so move.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
I will now ask Brett
Um,
Perkins.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
Brett got called to a meeting, a phone call, and asked that I read the item for him.
Wonderful. Thank you.
So item 3 on your agenda is the approval for a naming opportunity in the Katz School of Medicine. The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees, upon the recommendations of the External Affairs and Development Committee and the Gift Acceptance Committee, approve the naming of the Microsurgical Training Laboratory in Kresge Hall as described in agenda reference 3.
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have the number of items from the Finance and Investment Committee. We'll start with co-chair Alan Cohen. Are you still with us, Alan?
I am, but Joe Cordino is sitting right there. It'll be easier.
Alan, you should have. Good move, Alan.
Whoa, just a pitch.
Good ball, Alan.
What's the agenda? Michael, would you read it? What's the agenda? I don't have a reference.
Yes,
on my
the
phone.
agenda reference, sorry, Alan, for your benefit, item 4 is the Temple University fiscal 2025 proposed budget. The recommendation to the Board of Trustees adopt the university operating budget for fiscal year 2025 as set forth in agenda reference 4.
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 5 is a resolution to select the spending rule for endowment assets. Recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the resolution to select a spending rule for endowment assets as set forth in agenda reference 5.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now we'll give the meeting back to Chairman Joe Cordino.
Thank you.
Facilities Committee.
Good afternoon. We have 7 items relating to facilities matters today. I'm going to take them in 2 groups. The first 4 items include the next step in the Klein CPCA building project, the renovation of spaces in our School of Pharmacy, and the acquisitions of property adjacent to our Health and Sciences main campus. The recommendations for these items have been approved by the Finance and Investment Committee, and the information appears in your materials. I move the approval of agenda items 6, 7, and 8.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Remaining 3 items relate to our exciting new location for Temple Run, including the long-term lease for the property, renovations to it, and the fit out for the space. I would encourage anyone who has closed to being in or near Rome this fall or thereafter to make time to stop by and visit this new campus at the base of the Spanish Steps. The recommendations for these items have been approved by the Finance and Investment Committee. The information appears in your materials. I move the approval of agenda items 10, 11, and 12.
Second.
9,
Mr. Cordino didn't say 9 when he read the first group, but he did reference having 7 total. So the first 4 were in the first group. We'll say 7, 8, and
thank you.
I'm sorry, you should
Made a
probably.
motion, second.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Now, next item on the agenda is the Temple University Health System. Now, turn to Lon Greenberg.
Thank you, Bill. I have 1 item today, and that is that the Board of Trustees approve the recommendation of the Board of Trustees of Temple University Health System and adopt the Temple University Health System capital and operating budgets for fiscal year 24 and 25 as set forth in agenda reference 13, and I so move.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have the treasurer's report. I'll ask David Marino.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chairman. For one recommendation, a recommendation that the investment report for 3 months ended March 31, 2024 be received. Said reports being included and identified in agenda reference 14.
Move it.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It carries. Now we turn to our esteemed president of the faculty senate and vital member on this selection committee, who served so very well and represented the faculty so well. Sure.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. First, as somebody else also mentioned, congratulations to the whole committee, specifically Chairman Morgan, for his superb leadership. I think, as we mentioned, he was unbelievably professional, persistent, and he really did a great job. We really owe it to him. And as far as faculty is concerned, of course, there are always faculty who are not happy, but then most of them are really happy with this choice. And they can't wait until they welcome John Fry Temple. Couple of things that faculty had some concerns about, which we discussed with Provost Mandel yesterday, was when University of Arts the negotiations were happening. The Executive Committee of Faculty Senate was not involved in negotiations, but then Provost Mandel assured us that the two colleges, basically Boyer and Tyler, have been very active in negotiations, and we are really happy to have all the students be transferred. And hopefully this would be a great model for Temple to help another existing institution that has been around for so many years. The other thing that was a little bit of concern to faculty, and we discussed with Provost Mandel yesterday, was the travel policy for faculty. There was some email floating around that there is limitations to faculty, limitations for attending conferences. It was not obvious whether this was only for faculty or staff, and that caused a little bit of concern amongst faculty, especially those who are active in research, and they really have to go to conferences and showcase their work. And again, thanks to Provost Mandel, made it clear to us that this was just for staff. But then we have requested his office to send an email to faculty and put them at ease. And that is all I have to say. We're really excited that John Fry is joining. And for me, it was a pleasure to serve on the advisory committee and get to meet all you wonderful people.
Thank you very much. You were an indispensable part of that committee,
Thank you.
I assure you. Lastly, I understand that our new TSG president, Ray Epstein, is traveling today, but Michael Gebhardt has stepped forward and he's going to give that report.
Yes, I'm just going to provide a brief summary. Ray is traveling to see her grandmother today, provided remarks. Those will be included in full in the minutes. In her remarks, she expresses her deep gratitude for her experiences at Temple so far, looks forward to a very exciting year, pushing forward on issues that she cares about deeply: food scarcity, campus safety, and particularly sexual assault, an area where she's been very active creating her own student organization. And again, her complete remarks will appear in a publicly posted set of the minutes of the meeting.
Thank you, Mike. Any old business? New business? Motion for adjournment?
So moved.
We're adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Great job, Mr.
Thanks, everyone.